G'day, good afternoon. Just thought I would throw in a little video about a quad that I had to configure up for a customer. It's taken about maybe 4.5, 5 months for me to get this right. Unfortunately, drama after drama after drama to get it correct. It was more to do with the radio system and systems and how they actually configure up onto the new Hobbywing 4-in-1 ESC and flight combo assembly, which is basically assembled into this quad. It is a Dell RC X215, that's it there, and as you can see there, you've got the actual speeder control, which is 4-in-1, and a flight controller into the frame with the Hobbywing 2300 motors, 4S Orion Pack 1300, light bar or light configuration at the back, camera at the front, which is a Eachine. It's finally worked, but it's been an absolute torture of a build. Thinking at first it was going to be easy. All plug in, follow the configurations, UART 1, 3 or 6, whether it be S-Bus, I-Bus, whatever radio it may be, but it turned out to be an absolute pain in the arse, and that's been kind. Customer's radio started out to be a Graupner MZ12, which is actually quite a good radio. I like these, really good to configure, and mode 1, mode 2, mode 3 and mode 4. And the actual configuration for the receiver is SUMD. But that turned out to be a nightmare with 3 different receivers applied to try and actually sort it out. Neither of the 3 worked at all. Could not, the program, which was Betaflight, the latest incarnation and download, could not recognise the actual signal coming out of the receiver, used SUMD, and set it up on UART 1, 3 and 6, reconfigured, checked it all out, even got onto Joshua Bardwell, his YouTube channel, and him personally to try and actually help me sort it out. Could not get anything going at all. Gave that one away. Then I picked up, on the recommendation by a few people, picked up the Futaba 6K, which is S-Bus compatible receivers, mode 1 or mode 2, that's not an issue. Good radio, again, I like it because it's simple and it works really good, as good or equal to the MZ12. Receiver was a 3006 SB, set that up, UART 1, 3 and 6, checked the parameters, did all the configurations through Betaflight, checked them all 3 times over, still would not pick up the S-Bus signal, even though it is S-Bus compatible, and this is using Betaflight, latest incarnation, onto the board. Nightmare after nightmare after nightmare, spent countless hours trying to sort it out, and no one could give me an idea, and I even went on to a couple of guys onto Eastside FPV and followed their protocols for setup, exactly what I was doing. I'm not an expert at this. This is my 4th quad and the hardest so far to put together for anyone, regardless. I don't fly them, unfortunately. I suffer from motion sickness, so putting them together is for me to learn. Flying is for someone else to learn. Finally, bit the bullet and went out and purchased this one, which is a FlySky i6S. Very simple, very, very cheap for a radio that can be used on aircraft or quads. Inbuilt aerial, dial switches, toggles, all that type of stuff. Touch screen, which is really nice. Instead of having to trying to do toggle switches and that type of stuff. To turn it on, hold down the 2 buttons. Turns on, tells me my switch is up, down. Turn it off. Okay. Set up the quad accordingly and plugged in its receiver, which I can't tell you what it is at the moment because it's actually now stuck inside the frame. But set it up on UART 6, serial bus on I-Bus, which is their configuration, and holy cow, should have done it months ago. Worked immediately, recognized the receiver, dead on, parameters were spot on, right on center, there was no moving. The actual configuration on the quad on the PID screen. Everything was spot on. Left was left, right is right, forward is forward, left is right, blah blah. Everything worked, and the only thing I had to configure was throttle. So the kill on the throttle is there, on is there. So with that down, it is working. With that up, you will not get throttle, so it arms it off. Last thing I've got to do for the customer now is just configure some of the parameters for the radio itself to, if he panics, it'll float down instead of dropping out of the sky. Little things like that. Redo the OSD, and that's it. It's ready to go. But realistically, I think from now on, regardless of what the model is and in a quad that is the simplest and quickest radio I've used to do any quad configuration at all. It has been brilliant. It's gotten me out of trouble. It's stopped me pulling my hair out. The MZ12 does work, but I don't know why it will not work on the latest Omnibus SB board with the latest firmware installed on Betaflight. It will not work. It will not pick up the receiver. Neither will the T6K, even though it is quad compatible and ready to go. Will not pick up the S-Bus signal. And that's Omnibus F4, Omnibus S4 SD, F4 SD a flight board, but it is Hobbywing built, same as a 4-in-1 controller. Works seamlessly now, so easy. So I have to say congratulations to FlySky to get this out. It's nice, it's clean, it's neat, it works immediately. There's no pulling your hair out. I'd prefer to have used either the Futaba, which is that, because it covers aircraft very well included, apart from multicopter, but without it reading the S-Bus, no good. And the customer still has his MZ12, which works on his aircraft, but he's going to have to learn throttle on the opposite side, which is going to be interesting, because he flies mode 1, not mode 2. Now, if anyone has an idea how to make an Omnibus S4 on either MZ12 or Futaba protocols work, please buzz us some information. I'd love to find out. I'm absolutely lost in this one. I have no idea, and I've followed all protocols as set up by, as suggested I should say, by lots of other guys. No, didn't work at all. But iBus, serial bus, receiver, iBus set up as a protocol, bang, immediately, no issue. Should have tried it 3.5, 4 months ago when I started building this for the customer. He's been really good. He hasn't sent me death threats as yet. That's going a little bit overboard, but man, he's been really patient. Now I know a lot, and what I know I can pass on. The build's been really good. It's set up, ready to go. He's just got to learn to fly it. Any questions, give us a buzz. Otherwise, take care out there, have fun, and play hard but be kind to your parents. Ciao, guys.